other office bearers, brothers and sisters. Today we have assembled here to show our solidarity with the farmers, those who are agitating at Delhi border. In this chilling winter, they have come all along from Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh and Rajasthan. And many other state units are joining them. Why they are agitating? We must know. This is not that some small farmers have gathered there. They are in lakhs. They have gathered over there. They came with 6 months preparation. They brought all their things with them. They have tractor trolleys where they can accommodate the people. They have the storage of food grains and everything is there. They said unless and until these farm bills are taken back, we will not go back from here. You know, when this government came to power in 2014, they have given a slogan, Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas. But we know what has happened. They have taken few people with them, especially the corporates, and no development has taken place. Only emotional issues, only divide and rule policy, only keep making blocks in the society, making vote banks in the society. And when this second era of Modi has started in 2019, we are witnessing one by one the black laws were passed by the parliament, undermining the parliamentary democracy. They first brought CAA, Citizen Amendment Bill. That is again a discriminating, illegal and unconstitutional bill. And you know, that has revoked a protest from the students from Jamia Millia Islamia, a student from Aligarh Muslim University, a student from Hyderabad Central University, Jadavpur University, and lakhs of the people. And then the women joined them, and Shaheen Bagh has taken place. Several Shaheen Bagh throughout the country started with few women, but that was a very exemplary type of protest which has been led to compel the government to look that these are the anti-democratic, anti-constitutional bill which has been brought or which has been passed in the parliament. This was the first thing which this Modi government did in the second era. Then comes Triple Talaq Bill. Then comes abrogation of Article 370, which is a constitutional safeguard to the people of Kashmir. And what has happened in Kashmir, you all know. Then these farm bills were passed in the parliament. The way this government has passed the farm bill, every one of the country, every citizen of the country has witnessed it. They undermined the parliamentary democracy. They did not discuss the bill in the parliament, neither in Lok Sabha nor in Rajya Sabha. The opposition parties were demanding in the Lok Sabha that this bill should be given to a standing committee, but they did not listen. When in Rajya Sabha also, when this bill was presented on 10th of December, this bill, when this bill was brought in the Rajya Sabha, again there, the opposition was demanding that there should be a clear-cut understanding. We want a debate. You give it to the select committee, but they did not listen. In single stroke, without any discussion, they managed Rajya Sabha also. They managed the regional parties. They managed the people to abstain from the Rajya Sabha, and they passed the bill in a very hurry. That shows this Modi government doesn't respect the parliamentary democracy. They don't want a debate. You are bringing farm laws you are bringing changes in the farm laws without consulting the farmers. It's a very alarming thing. The stakeholders have not been consulted. The government did not have any consultation with farmers or their organization or their trade unions. Now they are making negotiation with the farmers. This could have been done before that. The government is saying that these farm bills are in favor of farmers. The farmers are misled. They are misled by opposition parties. It means that the government knows the welfare of the farmer better than the farmers. The farmers, those who are negotiating with the government, they have said very clearly that they will not go back unless these farm bills are taken back. Why the farmers are agitating? You know, 70% of the population of India lives in villages and their main profession is cultivation. Whatever they produce, when they bring the market, they do not get the price. They are producing many things. These three farm laws have affected not only farmers, for you and me also. Because this bill has given, the Essential Commodities Act was amended. Previously, these things, grains, oilseed, vegetables, they were all under Essential Commodity Tax. The government, the farmers were demanding that there should be a law which guarantees MSP, minimum support price. The government is not ready for that. They said that they will get the minimum support price, but they are not. You know, as for the farmers producer concern, this is a state subject. State government make laws, and there is a provision of mandis and trade centers where farmers can sell their product on a minimum support price. But now they have been thrown to the corporates. They will decide what the price should be. The government is saying that they have multiple choice. They can sell it to the trade unions, the traders, they can sell it to the exporters, they can sell it to the corporates. It is up to them. But we know a small farmers, marginal farmers, when they will bring their produce to the market, there will be huge multi corporations, big corporations. And if suppose they have, and there are so many things, there is no guarantee that what type of agreement will be there between corporations and the farmers. It is up to the corporations to dictate. And if they want to take it to the court, one side will be small farmers, other side will be big companies. You know what will apply? The farmers. Secondly, because of this act, previously you cannot hoard the grains, oilseed or vegetables. But now under these provisions, which has been passed recently, there is no such conditions. They can store. It has said that if the prices go 100% up in the essential commodities, then only there can be a legislation, there can be a restriction. But now you know, and for unessential commodities, 50% price rise, then only the condition will apply. So it means that not only farmers will be affected, you and we or all, everybody will be affected. The prices will go up. There is no limit for that. And you know how corporations and how multi-millionaire corporations works in India. So again, Welfare Party of India, they very clearly want to say to the Modi government, this totalitarian approach, this fascist approach, this dictatorial approach will not be allowed. You will not be permitted to dictate your terms and conditions of farmers. Farmers has taken a good step. In this chilling cold, if you go there, I have visited the farmers' agitation twice. If you go there, the women, the children, the elderly people, everybody is there. And you know that At least 24 people and more than 24 people have died because of the cold. But they are not ready to go back from their place. This is a courageous step taken by the folks. And I clearly say that the inspiration they got it from the anti-CAA agitation. They got the inspiration from Jamia students. They got the inspiration from AMU students. They got the inspiration from Shaheen Bagh. And they are sure this is the only language which Modi government understands. Now it is a time, not only farmers, the youth, they should come up. They should agitate, because you know that what is the condition of employment in India. Day by day it is decreasing. What are the conditions of our campuses in India? They are not allowed to protest. They are not allowed to voice their concern. And you clearly know that some time back what happened. The people, those who are agitating against CAA, NRC, what has happened? Many of the youths or many of the social activities, they have been imprisoned now. You know Khalid Saifi, you know Safura Zargar, you know Umar Khalid, everybody is inside the jail. But why? They say that they were the people, those who instigated a communal right in Delhi. They were agitating for what? They were agitating for citizenship right. They say that it is unconstitutional, this is illegal, and they were presenting the constitution of the country before the people. But now the Modi government and the Home Ministry with the Delhi police, they put draconian provisions, they put draconian laws against these peoples. Unlawful Activities Act, Arms Act, sedition laws, and so many other laws were put there, so that they want to keep them inside the jail for years. And unfortunately our media, be it electronic media or print media or social media, which is governed by the central government, the Godi media, they are hand in glove with the government. They are raising the same issue. But now we know nobody can curtail the freedom of the people. Nobody can suppress the masses of the people. Masses. It is the people who should come forward. And we know the history has witnessed several such events when the masses dictated the government. Because ultimately, in a democratic country, this is masses those who have to decide the fate of the country. It is not the handful of the people those who have been elected and sent to the parliament and assemblies. They will not decide our future. We will decide our future, and we will not allow this government to dictate their terms to the nation. With these words, I inaugurate this agitation. I thank you all that after this local body elections, you have taken the responsibility that we will come forward and we will show our solidarity with the Indian Congress. That is very good effort. And throughout the country, Welfare Party of India is also doing the same thing. They are showing their concern, they are showing their solidarity with the farmers, and we are 100% sure this is the only way to take our thing passed or our thing, get back our things from this government. This is the only way, and we will not hesitate to go to jail. We will not hesitate to raise the slogan. We will not hesitate to invest whatever we have. So thank you very much for coming up here and showing your solidarity with the Indian farmers. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
ദേശീയ അധ്യക്ഷന്റെ പ്രഭാഷണം സംഗ്രഹ വിവർത്തനം ചെയ്യുന്നത്